What's your concept of jealousy? Do you feel like it's something that's normal and natural that should be accepted with boundaries and with rules so that you're not the one suffering for somebody else being jealous of you? Do you feel like jealousy should never occur within a family or between a parent and a child? Well, in today's video, I'm going to highlight family jealousy, but I'm going to tweak this a little bit and zone in on obsessional and delusional jealousy. Now, I talk a lot about jealousy on this channel, and here's a couple of videos to show you if you want to go back and watch those. They're on the channel that talks about parental jealousy and family jealousy and what that consists of. But in today's video, I'm going to narrow down the traumatic impact of dealing with delusional and obsessional jealousy right in your family. Let's go ahead and jump in. I want to introduce myself in case you are new. My name is Tamara. I'm an internationally and board certified trauma therapist. I'm also licensed in mental health, and I specialize in treating children, teens, and families, as well as adults who are dealing with trauma. Let's jump in. Anytime I've ever had to have the conversation with a client, with a family member, with a parent, it's really hard to talk about jealousy with them, because the last thing that we think is that family members and parents could be jealous. Who does that? It's hard to wrap your mind around. Now, we have people say things to us at times like, oh my God, I'm so jealous you get to go to that concert, or oh my God, I'm so jealous you get to marry such a wonderful person, or, I'm so jealous that you look so good today. Some family members will say that. I still don't like that, but some family members will say that. Sometimes parents will say that to their children. But, when jealousy is deeper than that, and it becomes a character flaw in the other person, and you feel the need to protect yourself or defend your territory, then we're talking about a pretty delusional, obsessional, and toxic jealousy. This is something I see a lot, and I see it way more than I want to see it. And so, I think in today's video, I just want to highlight, what does morbid or obsessional and delusional jealousy actually look like, okay? So let me explain what a delusion is. Okay, so now we're moving into the psychotic, more, behavioral disturbance kind of area of things. Delusion is basically a thing that occurs. A delusion is a thing that occurs when someone believes something and there's a lot of conviction. It's something that they truly believe, and they can't let it go despite evidence to the contrary. They know perhaps that there's a possibility that it could be wrong, right? That awareness may be there in small spurts or at certain points in time, but somehow their belief gets reinforced because of where they are in their mental world. And just about anything in their world will reinforce that delusion. And that delusion is unmovable, right? You can't even budge it, inch it sometimes, push it. You can't, because then that person becomes sometimes angry with you, aggressive with you, and may even accuse you of being a part of the delusion. So that is a delusion. Now, delusional jealousy is categorized as, this person believes that their spouse is having an affair with somebody else. It's a delusional jealousy. You've probably seen it in movies, maybe even in your own personal life, where the person has said, where have you been all night? Oh, you were with, who were you with? Oh, Jack, were you with Jack? What were you guys doing? That's kind of how delusional jealousy gets going. But if we want to take that concept and place it in a family context, then we really have a problem. That person starts to accuse you of things, starts to verbally aggress you or threaten you or intimidate you. They may even do things like stalk you online. They may even suffer a huge absence of insight and really lock you out of their world. They shut the door, slam the door, they close it tightly. They don't want anything to do with you. So they may have completely removed you from their life because of how delusional their jealousy is. So the first thing that you're most likely going to notice in your family, if there's delusional or morbid or obsessional jealousy, it's all the same word, just used interchangeably. If you're noticing this kind of jealousy, the first thing you're going to see is a preoccupation. A delusion is a strong belief held to be true despite evidence to the contrary. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter where you take them or what you show them, or no matter how many text messages you have to prove what you're trying to say, it doesn't matter. It's a preoccupation with whatever that delusion is. And that family member may feel like, you're doing better than me in life. You made better decisions. You have attached yourself to wonderful things, and I don't have that. And so that stirs up the jealousy. And then it can become delusional and obsessional and morbid because they can't seem to get you off their mind. And so they begin to turn on you because of that. So most likely you're going to notice a preoccupation. The next thing is socially inappropriate behavior, calling you out when they shouldn't, embarrassing you in front of your coworkers or in front of family that you highly respect, accusing you of things, right, that is completely irrelevant or completely wrong, right? There's no truth to it. Other socially inappropriate behavior may be trying to fight you in public, arguing and screaming at you in public, accusing you very loudly of something in a social arena. If this individual is suffering from some kind of psychosis or a delusion, sometimes there's a delusional personality, meaning that the delusion is not psychotic in nature, it's more of a personality, right? It's kind of how they were born, they're just delusional. And that's kind of confusing. So I'm going to post an article for you so you can learn a little bit more about that. It doesn't matter. It's all destructive. And so they may do things in a social arena that can really change your reputation. The next thing that you're likely to see is stalking. Sometimes they're stalking, internet stalking, personal stalking. And what I mean by that is personally driving to your job or your home and watching you. You may also notice cyber stalking. They're constantly on your Facebook page, on your Twitter account, on your Instagram, trying to see what you're doing next. You also may notice them coming to your workplace to discuss things with you or accidentally bumping into you wherever you may be, right? So because they're delusional, because this is an obsession, a preoccupation, they may actually follow you around, so stalking can happen. Triangulation is another thing that can happen, right? Putting you in the middle. So it's a triangle, if I can say it, that occurs, right? Where they are the victim, and then there's a persecutor who points the finger, and then there's a rescuer. So they may actually put you in the middle. Here's a video right up here where you can learn a little bit more about this concept, but jealous people do it all the time. You're also likely to see pathological lying, in addition to revenge seeking, because most likely you haven't done anything wrong, but just be you. But because they have this preoccupation, because they're angry, they're jealous, they may feel the need to seek revenge. Attempts to derail you is another thing, and pure obsession. You're always on the tip of their tongue. They always have something to say. They always want to say something, and their attempts to derail you includes attacking your reputation, attacking you financially, snatching things out from under you when you get close to having a good opportunity, wrecking your relationships, harassing you by email, social media, phone calls, accusing you of things that are not true. All of that could be categorized as an attempt to derail you. These kind of family members are just purely evil, if you ask me. They're out to get you. They are not there to be loving, supporting, encouraging family members. They are there to destroy you. And so I try to be really careful with how I define families, because not every family is the same and dynamics are really tricky. But I think if you see a family member that behaves like this, and even a parent, run. It is not healthy. Something is very wrong with that individual, and it's wise to just step away from them and not have anything to do with them, or to make your contact very minimal. Here's a video right up here where I talk about toxic family members. It may help give you a little bit more insight on this topic. Thank you so much for being with me today in this video. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and that subscribe and bell button if you want to stick around with us and see more videos. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.